Kevin Bacon is a famous American actor and musician named by The Guardian as one of the best actors never to have received an Academy Award nomination. He went from leaving home as a 17-year-old to pursue a theater career in New York City, working on TV soap operas, to starring in hit films like Footloose, JFK, Apollo 13, and receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Need motivation?
Watch a Top 10 with Believe Nation.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like na 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 na. For my top 10, top 10, na 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 na. This one's for my top 10.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because you are probably the most ambitious person in your circle, but you know you're capable of more, and you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Kevin Bacon, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Do what feels right.
How did you make your choices? How did you decide which roles you would take?
I don't know. I mean, I think that I look at that time afterwards as sort of like quite a few years of sort of a slide down the mountain.
Really?
Because Footloose was really, like such a success. And everything from that point on, in terms of the leads that I was doing, were just not working. And I think there was a part of me, honestly, that wasn't quite ready or comfortable or whatever with the amount of celebrity and fame and as much as it was what I always dreamed of as a child, because it really was. I mean, I really, really wanted, when I was a little boy, I really wanted to be famous.
Really?
And I was gonna get it, But when I got it, I don't know, it just didn't quite feel right. I think because my energy had shifted from, being like a superstar, like David Cassidy or Bobby Sherman or something. My energy had shifted to being like a serious actor.
Rule number 2, keep improving.
I'm someone who spent a lot of my life, honestly, believing that I knew everything there was to know about everything. For whatever reason, I kind of changed.
Confidence.
Yeah, I mean, nature or nurture, or maybe it's a way to mask a deeper insecurity. I don't really know. But when it came to acting, I felt like I knew everything. When it came to music, I felt like I knew everything. When it came to politics and history and race and all these kinds of things, and thinking of myself as an empathetic person and a woke person, a liberal person, and I think that I'm at a point in my life where I'm realizing that there's a lot of shit that I don't know, and there's a lot of shit that I can only pretend or hope to one day have an understanding of, or maybe never. And that there's a lot more that I can learn about the world, but also about things like acting. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. Like, I don't know everything. And that's been a really interesting thing, especially during the coronavirus, to like be kind of confronted with that and head on in a way.
Rule number 3, focus on the right factors.
When I was younger, I didn't think anybody had anything to teach me about being an actor or the industry or life or anything. But from the time I was a really little kid, I thought I was like king shit and knew everything. And so I think that those choices were my choices, and they just weren't panning out. And I remember somebody saying, well, you're only going to get 3 bombs. So on about my 5th bomb, I realized that things just still weren't, working. And sort of like the quality of the movie started going down, and then I wasn't getting anything. And I had an agent who said, you need to become a character actor. And she represented Oliver Stone, and she said, you could go in and talk to Oliver about this part in JFK. And JFK, I could feel, when it came out, I could feel things shift. So that led, I think, directly to Murder in the First, and Apollo 13, and a bunch of other things that
kind of put things back on track for me. And it was at that moment that I said to myself, this is my new rule. The size of the budget of the film, the size of the role, and the size of my salary are not factors anymore. I can go into a movie, work for 6 days, have a great experience, work with good actors, and that's okay. It's not going to set me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can go in and do, Cop Car because I believe in it. Why not?
Rule number 4, appreciate your wins.
I'm very happy. The other day, my wife said to me, so we should just take this moment to say, it is what you wanted it to be, and we're, so often I think we're all looking for the next thing, and it's like you're constantly trying to look ahead and look forward and do better, and all these goals that you've set. It's not that often that you stop and go, okay, that was good, that worked out. That's been a good year.
Also, if you want to have more confidence and self-love, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
I was excited about taking a shot. The fact that it was so strange.
Be you. Be yourself. Whether it's in entertainment, whether it's out in public, whether you're a celebrity or not, whatever. And the most powerful thing you can be is yourself.
Playing these characters and doing this, it's been a great combination, like a really good year to just push the envelope. And I think that's always what I want to do.
Rule number 5, let yourself off the hook.
I'm a worker. And so I get up really early and I start working at something. I mean, I just randomly, I'll be like, I found a kid's old broken down kid's drum set in the basement. And I'm like, I need to fix his drum set. So it's like completely falling apart, but I get a roll of duct tape and I spend like 2-3 hours down there, like using duct tape and I've lost a drum key. So I'm like with the needle nose pliers and I'm like taping and pasting it, but I got it working and I played it for a little while and then I went upstairs. I have to be doing those types of things. Now, that being said, I think that, you're talking about the ukulele or talking about reading things. I think that we all put a lot of pressure on ourselves when this thing happened. This was a time when we were going to be like uber creative. And I think that what you can't really underestimate is that there's also a lot of stress that is surrounding this, and it's a deep, low level stress. And I think it's as inspiring to me as the protests are, it's also bringing up a lot of stuff, I think, for a lot of people, and as well as the coronavirus, as well as the news. And sometimes I just find myself just staring at the wall, it's like I can't, even for somebody who is so like, I'm such a workaholic, sometimes I just can't, I can't do anything. You know what I mean? I feel a little bit incapacitated, or I pick up my guitar and I should be practicing or I should be writing or whatever, and I just can't. So you have to I think we have to let ourselves off the hook to not write the great American novel during this time.
Rule number 6, connect.
I've learned so much, and I'm constantly learning, but I do know that I'm no genius when it comes to web-based ideas. I do know that you can't just plant the seed and walk away. You have to be willing to, to water it, to fertilize it, to, if need be, you got to go out and buy it a grow lamp. And most importantly, if you take me out of the 6 degrees idea, it really is a beautiful concept because we really are all connected. The things that we do here now on our block affect people on the other side of the world, and they affect people on the other side of town. The internet is the most powerful example of the connectivity of people. We created it, and I believe we created it so that we could stay connected. And I think we have to keep thinking about ways that we can use it as a force for good.
Rule number 7, love what you do.
There's a lot of mystery to how life is going to start to, find some normalcy from this point on. But I know that I love content. I love to act. I love to, I'm a real consumer of the films and of television. And I think that, in times like this of not only of tragedy like the coronavirus, but also of big, cultural change and revolutionary thought, these times need to be commented upon by people that make art. And I'd like to think that not all the time, but some of the time, I'm involved in making some kind of art. And I hope that we can find a way to get back to being able to do that.
Rule number 8, learn from each experience.
And then I sat there in whatever kind of dressing room it was, maybe like a little, like a honey wagon, and didn't work that day. And then I didn't work for, I don't know, a week or something. And it was such a great education because it was like, I know that you've all been in that situation where you get so amped up for that moment, you're there and you're on a set and here it comes and, blah, blah, and it's like, it doesn't happen. And you feel like you've just shot your wad, it was a great lesson. I sat there in the rain. It was rained, and I sat there in a hotel, for a week alone. And
In Oregon.
In Oregon, yeah. It was raining a lot, but it was a great experience.
Rule number 9, come as prepared as possible.
Through the years, I've gone back and forth between big movies and independent films, just because I'll go where the parts are. I'm not someone who relishes the idea of take after take after take. Luckily, I haven't really worked with a director. There's a bunch of them, and they're really known for that. I haven't worked with somebody that requires that. I feel like personally for myself, it's diminishing returns, but I haven't really been in that situation so much. So I want to do my homework and come as prepared as possible and have thought things through. And yes, the set can be a place where the muse comes down and sits on your shoulder and whispers something in your ear and you get some sort of an idea, but I don't think it's the place to discover who the character is. Now, I've heard some people say that they like that process, that they get there and there's time for them to figure out who the guy is. That's not the way I work.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is have fun.
Okay. I vividly remember looking at his butt when he walked away after we first met and thinking, sorry.
Thinking,
terrible.
I can never marry that guy. Thinking,
I feel terrible about
I hate that kind of body. I like a little more ass than that.
Close.
Oh.
Well, I guess some girls like that.
Hey.
I've learned to love it.
Kira is way wilder than I am in terms of
tattoos. Talking about thoughts and feelings. Footloose? Dancing.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm fascinated by blank. They're such weird creatures.
Trolls? People from New Jersey? Okay, I give up.
Not writers.
Writers?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I once joked that the only special skill that I actually have, I never get to do, like in a movie, and that is...
Sex?
No, I've done that in a movie. It's things that I haven't done in a movie that I never... But thank you, I'm glad you think it's a special skill.
Not many people can do it. Riding horses.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Riding horses.
Now I've got a special bonus clip from Kevin on how to do more that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I want to know, what is one win that you can appreciate? Share it with Believe Nation. Put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in a video, you're still here watching, I want to celebrate you because Believe Nation, we don't just watch videos, we do something about it. So if that's you and you commit, you promise you're going to take action immediately after watching this video, give me a hashtag Believe down in the comments and tell me where you're from because I want to celebrate you.
A few years down the line,
the planes fly into the World Trade Center. And I go to pick up my little girl way too early, and I see the fear in her eyes. And we go to war, and everywhere I look, man, it's like turmoil and sickness, and a family member is diagnosed with cancer. Another friend dies of addiction. And I just feel completely overwhelmed. And I say to myself, you gotta do more, you gotta figure out a way to do more. I'm giving some money over here, voting over here, showing up at things, doing PSAs, whatever.
If you want to see the top 10 I did on Matthew McConaughey, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
The work ethic's always been an important thing for me. If just here's the thing, based on sheer embarrassment of not being able to do my job as well as possible.